Hi, welcome to Vic and Vern Sports Chat. Hey, listen here, I thought I'd do a good video on what's going to happen with Manchester United next season, the way I see it from my perspective. So hey, please add your comments, have your views on it, whatever. I'm going to try to keep this to a short video, I hope, but let's see. I just have a few ideas, a few things that have been bothering me all season. Yes, first of all, obviously we would like the Glazers and Sir Jurgen Ratcliffe and them to off exactly, but that's not going to happen. So we're stuck with the situation. We're a poor club. We have no money to spend. Let's see what we can do about that. So before we go anywhere, hey, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification button if you like the channel. Help us grow. Look, these are the players I think we must keep. So let's get into the must keeps at the moment. I think you got to keep our captain Bruno. Maybe the best player of the season for us this year. Amad Diallo is for me also a must keep. Pity he got injured. I thought he was he would have been the player of the season for me if he didn't get injured. Then Manuel Ugarte, I think he's solid. Is he Rodri? No, he's not Rodri, but then not many players are. Then, yes, pity that he got injured this year, Lisandro Martinez, but for me, he's a must keep. Got to keep him in the squad for sure. Then the young defender, Leny Yoro, I like him. I think he's got absolute high ceiling and great potential. I mean, look, it's not. There was certainly a reason that Real Madrid wanted him. This one's going to surprise a lot of people, but I would keep Joshua Zirkzee because you'll see later why. I like his work rate. I think he should not be playing as the lone striker. So in the number 10 role, he keeps the ball well. I like Joshua Zirkzee. A lot of speculation about Kobbie Mainoo. We've got some of our young stars. We're talking about Mainoo and Garnacho. Definitely keep Mainoo. Keep him at least for another season just to see how he develops under Amorim when he's fit. Then for me, our next captain, put him on the side there. That's Matthijs de Ligt. For me, he's definitely our next captain. For me, he's a must keep. I think with him, Martinez and Yoro in the defense, I think we'll be solid. Just the question is, can they stay safe? I like the guy we bought in January, Patrick Dorgu. I think he's still raw around the edges, but give him a good preseason with Amorim. I think we could do something there. Then, of course, we have Mazraoui. Maybe one of the best buys we've done in the last few years. Cost 15 million. If you see what he's done for us this season, I'd like a lot more of those 15 million signings that work out really well for us. Then, of course, I would keep one of the goalkeepers, and I'd be keeping Bahindra. Got to put him at the bottom there. The top row is full already. I'd definitely be keeping Bahindra, and then I'd be keeping the two young kids in Edenhaven and Toby Collier. I thought they've played a fantastic season. I think they've got potential. I mean, look, if you look at it, we have got 3 good centre backs already. Even would be 4. I like that. I think that is that's a good a good way to do that. So I think that those 11 should be kept, although, well, that's 13 actually, should be kept. I think we will do well if we could keep those guys. But we will see what the club eventually does. Then, look, we're going to move on to the players that I think we should be getting rid of, I think, or no, let's call them first. Who cares? These players, I don't care if we sell them or if we keep them. That is very harsh. Look, there's different reasons for different things. I mean, I'm going to start off with something that's very controversial. Garnacho. I don't really care anymore. I do not like the way this young man has been playing lately. I think he's very selfish. I think he feels himself way too much. I think he thinks he's in the realm of being the next Cristiano Ronaldo, and that's not the case. Look, if we keep him and he develops in the right direction, yes, must probably sell him and some other club develops him, and then 5 years down the line, I'm going to look like a real prat, and I'm going to say, why the hell did we sell Garnacho? But he's just at the moment, if we have to sell one of the young players for the money, either him or Mainoo, I'm selling Garnacho. Then Mason Mount. I like Mason Mount. I think he's a talented footballer, but he just can't stay healthy. So there's another one. Who cares? If he's here, he's here. If he's healthy, he's great. If he can help us, he can. And if we can sell him for some money, but I doubt it because we paid a shitload of money. We overpaid for him and we're not going to get that money back. Then Harry Maguire. Look, a lot of people can say this is very unfair. Harry Maguire, the last 18 months, fantastic. But the injuries are starting to pick up. If we keep him, I can see him as a good backup. And if we can sell him, or if he can go somewhere else where he can play regular first-team football, then maybe he should do that. I don't see him playing regular first-team football at United. If we get all the signings that I would like us to have in, then I can't see that happening. And last but not least, I feel sorry for Rasmus Højlund. I like Rasmus Højlund. But I don't know. Let's see. Maybe he has a great preseason, but his confidence is so low. His mental ability at the moment is so low. He's somebody kind of like what Anthony has done. Go to another club and just start afresh and get your morale and everything back up. But if he stays, he stays. But I don't see him being our number one striker option for next year. I do not see that. Then, I know that is quite hard. That's just the way it is. Football's a business. We all know that. And, some people stay, some people go. Nothing's bigger than the club. Nothing's bigger than the club. Then we move on. These are the guys that are leaving on a free. We'll just go through them quickly. That is Johnny Evans, Tom Heaton, Victor Lindelof, and Christian Eriksen. They're all leaving on a free. What does that mean for the club? Saving about 20 million on wages next year. So that is 20 million we can invest in new players and their wages. They are off for next season. Yeah. So that's just the way it is. They're not going to get any new contracts, and I wouldn't keep any of them. They're all over the, Johnny Evans I don't even think he played this year. Tom Heaton, yeah. Are we keeping players just to have a nice feeling around the changing rooms? Lindelof has helped out at the last few weeks, but we got to look for something younger and better than these boys. And so they'll be leaving on a free, so they will be leaving Manchester United. And listen here, thanks for all the great service that you've done to the club and everything, but that's the way in life, in sports, No one has beaten Father Time, and time stops for no one, and then you leave and you move on, Just once again, remember, like, subscribe, hit the notification button, share the video. Give us your comments, please. Comments are really welcome. If you like something, you don't like something, just let us know. Then these are the players that were loaned out this year. And these are the players that we should be getting rid of, in my eyes, this season. Let's start off with Jadon Sancho. He's been loaned out to Chelsea, and they have a obligation to buy, whatever the hell that means at the end of the season. Look, around about 25 million pounds. So if we can get that would be great. Then we have Anthony, he's gone off to Betis Sevilla, and there's a lot of talk in the newspapers today that Atletico Madrid is interested in him. Betis would like to keep him. Look, if we could get 25 million for Anthony, I think we could basically break even on his transfer. If we can get a little bit more, maybe we can make some money, but I doubt it. Then the man that I say went to Planet Clandacton and wasn't seen for 18 months, Tyrell Malacia. He's at the moment at PSV Eindhoven. Look, if we can get anything around 10 million for him, he has to go. And then the big elephant in the room, Sir Marcus Rashford. People were going to give him a knighthood a few years back. Look, if we can get 40 million for him, I don't think, look, at the moment he's at Aston Villa. I don't think Aston Villa give us 40 million. But I do hear rumours of Paris Saint-Germain trying to go in for him, and maybe even a German club like Bayern or Dortmund. So let's have a look. If we can get rid of him, that'd be great. Look, that would be 100 million. If we could get 100 million in for these 4 players, that'd be phenomenal. We could buy 2 or 3 good players with that. If we're going to buy a top striker, maybe only 2 good players with that. But the good thing is we'll be saving around 36 million on wages with these boys. So that would be an interesting, very interesting aspect if we could sell these guys. I think these are the guys we need to sell. We need to sell these boys, definitely. We need to get rid of these boys. So, But look, They are gone. Then these are the guys I think we should be selling. Should sell. Look, Casemiro. I like Casemiro. I like him. He's just like a kind of guy. It's a guy you want to be friends with all the time. Casemiro. But look, I'm £350,000 a week, and it's not his fault, ladies and gentlemen. It's not his fault. The club gave him that money. We paid him for the player that he was 5 years ago when he was still playing at Real Madrid, and he never turned out to quite be that player. First season was very cool at what he did and everything, but afterwards it just didn't work out. I have nothing against Luke Shaw, but look, is he a Man United player? He's played more for England in the last 2 years than he's played for Manchester United. So I think if we could move him on those salaries that he has, move him on. And then this is going to be a little controversial for some people. I think it's time for Diogo Dalot to move, because the player that I want to bring in will play on his position. I think if we could get Diallo out, there's always been a lot of suitors for Diogo Dalot. I think Mazraoui is better than him right now. And I think the player that I want to bring in, that we're going to show you afterwards, I think Dalot could go. And then a lot of people say, oh, the goalkeeper. Yes. Look, I would have never bought this boy. I said from the beginning, if they were going to get rid of De Gea in that disgraceful manner that we did get rid of De Gea, I thought there was another player that I liked better. But those are the four players I would say. Look, I don't think we get a lot of money for them. Dalot would maybe 25 million, 30 million. I don't know what we make on Onana. Can we get 20, 25 max? Casemiro, you're not going to get anything. Luke Shaw, you're not going to get anything. So, that could be big losses coming towards the club. Let's see what happens with that. But now let's get into some exciting. But these are just the 5 players that I believe, or I would like to see our club sign for next year. We need a lot more than 5. Because if we're going to get rid of all those players, I mean, we've got 4 going on a free transfer already. If we get rid of the 4 that we have loaned out, that's 8. And if we get rid of those players that I want to get rid of, that's 12, 13 players gone. So we're going to have to bring in a few more. But I think if we can bring in 5 first-team players, then I think it's going to be good. So let's start at the back. Who do I think? Look, this is the guy I thought should have came after David De Gea, Mr. Costa, Diego Costa from Porto. I like him. I think he's a top-class goalkeeper. I'm not that worried about a goalkeeper that distributes the ball that great. I want a goalkeeper that can save balls, hold balls, don't punch it into the feet of the striker, stuff like that. That's what I want. So for me, it's Diego Costa. Then we'll go to the back. I think this young man, another boy from the Portuguese league. I'm trying to help Amaran out here with Portuguese. Antonio da Silva, he's from Benfica. Look, we have, in my eyes, we have De Ligt, Martinez, Yoro, Heaven, and if we can get him, that'll be 5 solid defensive central defenders, put it that way. And he has potential. I like him a lot. And he's got a nasty streak to him. He is, I like that. I like that a lot. Then I think the man to replace, Mr. Frimpong, you're actually in my view here. So let's take Jeremy and put him over there. Jeremy Frimpong. I like Jeremy Frimpong. I think he'd be the perfect right wing back that we need. Moves really well forward and stuff like that. And with him and Mazraoui changing on that position, I like that a lot. I know we still need somebody for the left, but Mazraoui can also play on the left, so don't worry about that. Then a player that is, for me, very interesting is Mr. Ederson. I'm going to have to put Mr. Ederson right now in front of me because I have no more space for him. There you go. Put him a little further down. There you go. Ederson. Make him smaller. There you go. Ederson. Look. Well, just put him there. Ederson. Put him up there. Ederson. There you go. Player that I like. Good midfield player. Gritty. Strong. Good passing. Good range. I think he'd be a perfect player to play alongside Ugarte for next season. So that's, and then the big one in the room, I'm going to take the others away quickly. There you go. I think we got to go Mr. Victor Osimhen, because every good team needs a Victor in it, and we have, the name says it. So it's either Victor Osimhen or Victor Gyökeres, one of the two. I think we need one of those two in the team. I'd like to see Osimhen. I think he's got a lot to prove. He did well at Napoli, then he went off on loan to Galatasaray, still owned by Napoli, and I think he needs a fresh start. And I would hate to see him go to Arsenal, to Chelsea. So I think that, if we could sell some of those loan players that we want to loan out, this is the man I would go and get. So that's my thoughts on the upcoming season. Yes, talk about the manager. I would definitely stick with Ruben Amorim. If anybody needs to leave, is the owners. But that's just my thoughts on the season. Let me know what you think, and I'll be seeing you guys soon. And remember, like, subscribe, hit the notification button, and join us on Vic and Vern Sports Chat. Thanks a lot, guys. Ciao, ciao.